Hi guys, John here, Common Sense Outdoors. So this is part 2, or the results of our glue test. Let me start by saying the hide glue and the pitch glue that I made are good glues. They're sticky as heck. I've got it all over my bench. Every time I've set my stir stick down, it's stuck to the bench. And I don't want to call this an epic fail, but I have learned a lot. I've literally been playing with these glues for hours, trying different stuff. So in the last video, I put the glues on with toothpicks, and I put all the glue on and closed the jig up after they were all done. I pulled it apart. The hide glue and the pitch glue, neither one of them stuck. So I did them one at a time, heated the glues back up. I took the fletching, and instead of putting the glue on with the toothpick and spreading it on, I took the fletching and dipped it right into the glue, made sure it was fully coated, immediately put it in the jig and closed it up. And I did the hide glue and the pitch glue one at a time, so there was no time for it to set up while I was messing with the other glue. Put them back in the jig and did it again. Still, neither one of them stuck. So off of that test, we have, turn it the other way, we have the regular arrow fletching glue on the one fletching that stuck. On the pitch glue, you can see it chipped off a little bit right there. You can see I got it pretty well coated, and it stuck pretty good to the vein, but not to the shaft at all. And the same thing on the hide glue. Glue all over to the vein, stuck on there, did not stick to the arrow shaft. So I was a little disappointed in that, and I thought, okay, well, by the way, the super glue worked just fine. So what have I learned from it? If I'm going to have a bow that's I'm shooting aluminum arrow shafts, and I want to be able to repair them in the field for a long-term scenario or whatever, I better have some fletch tight or some super glue with me to fix those, because the other two did not work. Now my thoughts were, okay, well, maybe it's the aluminum. I know the glues are sticky just with dealing with them, so maybe it's the aluminum. So then what I did was got a wooden dowel, got a little notch in it for a knock, and again I did the hide glue and the pitch glue one at a time. I don't know if you can see, you should be able to see that, this whole strip right here. That's where the hide glue arrow was, or fletching was, sorry. Didn't stick to wooden shaft. And again, the same exact thing with the pitch glue. fully coated on the vane, stuck to the vane. Nothing on the shaft at all. That's a mark in the dowel, and that's just green ink on the dowel. I did take some sandpaper. Right there's actually where you see a little tiny pitch mark right there. I took some sandpaper to the shaft, made sure I had a clean surface to glue to. Again, neither one of them stuck like crazy to the fletching. So sorry about that. My tripod is all loose and wiggly. So, like I said, I don't really want to call it an epic fail because the glues are sticky as heck. But what it does tell me, if I was to have to make arrows in a survival scenario or a long-term scenario, I'm not going to get fletchings to stick without a lashing. And you've probably seen other videos where people have used pitch or hide glue or something to put a feather on a shaft, and they've lashed the front of the fletching and the back of the fletching with cordage, whether you're breaking down your paracord and using the inner strand, or breaking down some bank line and using a small strand. From what I've come up with on this test is those fletchings aren't staying on there without being lashed onto. So, in my opinion, and from what I've learned playing with this stuff, you're not fletching an arrow without the lashing, without the cordage with that glue. The glue will help, but you definitely have to have a lashing also. So I'm kind of disappointed. I thought it was going to work better than that. Like I say, it's sticky, and obviously stuck all over the fletchings. And like I say, I thought maybe it was just the aluminum shaft, so I tried the wooden dowel, and that was a fail also. So good to know. Learned some stuff. I was going to do a third or a second test on a third part to this, and I'm not even going to bother with that. I was going to water test the glues, but unless I lashed them, it's kind of pointless to even do that test now. So there's my conclusion on that. Like it or not, I don't like it. I spent hours out here testing it and trying different ways of doing it, and I'm using fletching jigs. So if I was doing it out in the woods without the fletching jigs, it would be even less successful. So anyway, there's the results. Thanks for watching. More videos coming to you soon.